ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Okay, so like I was saying before, recently Mark Golding toured Ocho, Rios, St. Anne craft vendors, and I'm gonna take you to the full, like everything from the beginning to the end. I'm gonna take you to that. But before we go there, I want to take you back to where it all started. What sparked Mark Golding and the PMP to take a look at this situation? Well, let me show you. Let me show you what I think sparked it. This lady right here. Let's go.
My name is Charlene. I'm a craft trader at the Ocho Craft Market. I've been here for as long as I've known, going to school, coming back from school, and assisting my mom at the shop that she inherited from her mom. So it's a generational pass down. I've gone to school, I've gone to college, I've actually done a little bit of nursing, and I'm actually back into the shop that was handed down from my mom. It goes to say, I want to lament on what the Prime Minister spoke about in conference yesterday, which I am not really pleased. It's a drop in a bucket for me, for you to, and I think it's an insult for you to come and tell me, hey, you're going to give me a waiver for my shop rent for the period of December and January, and then you're going to extend it until June when the ship year open. Listen to me, Mr. Prime Minister. You're not going to be nice to you, because this is way off of what my problem and my concern is. I have related my concern to my president in this market, and I know she had put it in letter of what my concern is. I'm having a grave issue in getting my shop into a transfer state where I can apply for a JTB license, so I can go to the bank and open an account just to know that I can, when the bank asks me a reference, where do I get my money from, I can say I'm a craft trader. This is a grave issue. Not for you to come and tell me that you're going to assist me in paying my shop rent. I don't want somebody to give me fish. I like to fish for myself. I'm a very independent woman. You take a look in the craft market. Look at behind here. Look at the state. This place has been like this forever since I've known it, from I was a child coming up. And I haven't seen any repairs done. Where is the millions? Where is the millions that you're saying this is $1 million ministry? Where is it? I am so pissed off. I had to come here speaking to one of my colleagues here this morning because of what the statement you have made. I am not pleased. I'm a very, very prominent woman. I'm a very independent woman. I don't want somebody to tell me you're going to help me pay rent. Pay rent for what? I want to make my money. You come in here and you fix this property. Where's the millions going to? That same ship here we have to pay to go out there. Where's those millions that we pay to go out there? Those millions that we're paying to go out there to make $1. Those millions should be coming back into this market to try and build it. Where I don't have to lift up these heavy goods to go out there to make $1. I have to get up 4 o'clock in the morning, drag bags and everything to go out there, and then you're going to look at me in big conference and telling me that you think I'm frightened over you paying a rent, 6 to 8 months rent for me. Do you think I'm frightened over that? I am not frightened over it. I'm not in that chitty-chatter way. I don't know where this country going to, but I'm not going down with the sinking ship, sir. So you just really go around in circle and come back again. Come back with that strategy, because that's not what we're asking for. Why don't you think about getting a bus and getting a bus for us so we can shuckle tourists off of the boat to take the shuckle and the tourists of what people are coming in here? We have 30 people going out on the ship here. Every month, 30 people out of 300 craft traders in here. 30 more have to be fed out here, and we have to wait again for another set to go out there to eat. And you're going to tell me you're going to pay my shop rent for what? So I must wait for 4 or 5 months, dying of hunger, for my rest of my colleagues to eat before I come and wait for going on the ship here. Do you know the operation of going out on the ship here, sir? Do you know the depth of operation that is going on in this country? I'm wondering, sir. I am wondering. I am displeased because I'm a vote earner. I'm not a diarrhea laborer. I am not a diarrhea PNP. But I did vote for you, so I'm not scared to tell you. I vote for you because I vote. I thought you were young. You were going to come with better. 18 years, you keep on. I hate this country coming to talk about 18 years of what the PNP done. Listen, we know what they did. I voted for you to give you a chance to do better or make some changes. I don't see any changes. I've seen worse. I feel like I'm in shackles. If my mom was alive right now, I'm in shackles. The country, the Jamaican people, the craft trader was the foundation that I'm born to go and see. I've seen my grandmother make something out of this. I've seen my mother make something, and I here want to make something out of this. And I'm being bound. So where's the generational wealth for the rest of the generation to come? What about my child and my great-grandchildren to come, sir? Come.
from Mike.
So yeah, that's what happened. Now we are in present day. He went to visit the craft markets in St. Anne. Here are some pictures. Meeting with the people. And we're gonna get to the video.
A little bit of your pain, but watch it. Bless up.
Take it back this.
Why Marky G? You alone me see you man there run and hug up so brother. Me nah lie. Two women hug up Marky G one time. Woman want to leg off of Marky G now.
Glad to be here.
Market 63 shop.
63 shot.
Freelancer.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So this is one of my local artists. So you make the this part?
No, I made them, we buy them from them and do the finishing.
Oh, you do the finishing?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This was some
So you use a little polish and splash up the
when they use the shoe polish stays. When they use the lack on the sealer alone, the lack on the sealer, when the rain falls, it's come off. But when they use this, you can just shine it, you can just get it shine
up again. Okay,
yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So what's business like in the market?
Sir? Not really good.
Yeah.
We are here every day. Tour guide take away the people and take them out. And go to the bus with them, tell them not to.
Market 63 shop.
63 shot.
Freelancer.
Man.
Ahead like this and
when they're going through, the tour guides march them straight through the exit there, and when they go to the exit, they go right through and then turn back. The tour guide turn back.
So Janet, these attractions have craft market, sell craft themselves, or they have
At the attraction they start to sell craft.
the attractions and sell craft now.
Chocolate Cove have their own gift shop by the Margarita Vale.
So they will take them there. To
Yes, I don't know where Bamboo have their craft shop, but they have it. So they say they have place for them to shop, so they must shop here.
Okay. So that's that's the biggest thing.
That's the problem.
that's our problem.
Because when ship come here, a lot of tourists would come.
And this is what used to happen. This is what used to happen. Today you see a lot of tourists, and some people in here don't even make a dollar from money. Yeah, a lot of tourists.
And so the tourists come here on buses to pick them.
Yeah, they come on buses, cars, the tour. Yes.
And then the guides tell them don't
Set
Ahead like this and
when they're going through, they.
So you hear Marky G, they listen to the concerns of the people. No, let's continue.
Well,
it's Bob Marley.
it's alright. Yeah, man, it's beautiful. Thank you very much.
God bless
Thank you
you.
very much. I appreciate it. Yes, all the best.
Yes.
So you broke it down.
Put us in the office.
What's your name?
My name is Denise Walters.
Denise. All right, Denise.
Denise Walters.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Oopsie daisy. All right, thank you.
Well,
It's Bob Marley.
Oh, nice, nice.
What
Chinaman name of this?
Yeah.
That's cute, that's cute.
We met them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man.
Oh, good. So your wife makes that?
Yeah, man. These slippers are called. This one's made from bamboo.
Oh, wow.
Bamboo made that one.
Oh, that's cool.
These are called Jace Cornelius.
Jace Cornelius. Oh, nice. So you're his wife. Sorry. Do you have one inside? Do you have one inside? You want to just show the live? Show me the live one. Yes, live one.
Go there,
Oh, she's like
the stuff that we make.
Yes.
That
wow. No, my foot not small, darling. My foot is big. It's a size 10. Where is the where's Doreen? Darling, this careful. So okay.
Just you want and you want it, I can.
Okay, so like how much this cost?
Sit down, me make you 14,000, 15,000.
So hold on, I can sit and wait for this. Of course. So like how much?
Okay, let's see what I do. I cut butter.
Oh, nice, nice.
No China man in this.
Yeah.
No Indian in this.
We're here at Coconut Grove because all of the shops are closed, and I understand they've been closed for a number of years now, some 7 years or more. And the question really is why? Because it was once a thriving market. I mean, it was a market, I think, that was started from back when Danny Melville was part of the industry, right?
Early days.
That's a good location.
Yeah, right across from a hotel.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why we decided to bring the party here as well today, because you know the outcry of the craft traders for a long time is it's very baffling that you would have craft markets in a thriving tourism economy shutting down.
Yes.
So that Coconut Grove.
You know, say you have to really think about that, ladies and gentlemen. The pushing out of the smaller man, it happens very subtly. And you see the decisions that are made. And I don't know if there's enough representation for the poor that actually examines decisions and how it will affect everyone. It's like there's a dog eat dog mentality, and if you can't adapt, just throw you out. This craft market right here, so wow, I mean, locked down for how much years? So what happened to those people? What are they? How do they survive now? What are they doing? You know, why did that area of the economy where people used to make a lot of money as regular citizens using their craft, their artwork, their talents, now it's not sustainable, and that same system, that same area of tourism is making more money than it ever did. Obviously, there was a concerted effort to push out the small man, but let's continue.
It got to a point where it was no longer sustainable, even though we have a booming tourism sector. And so, you know, that this is something that attention needs to be brought. We need to bring this to the attention of our next government, you know, because obviously, as you said,
we're here at Coconut Grove because all of the
HTA, they did a survey, their own survey, where they said that that survey showed that their salaries are on par, you know, and that while there are areas that need some growth and some improvement, right, on the whole, that your salaries are competitive. What do you think about that?
We met with them and they actually took us through their survey. I think some of the respondents in that survey were responding after recent adjustments resulting from the spate of unrest. And yes, I mean, I think it's true that there is no standardization in the industry, and you have some hotels that are doing quite well in terms of their compensation paid to workers, and you have others which are not. And the question really is, well, you know, what mechanism is going to be put in place to ensure that the playing field is really leveled and that all of our tourism workers are earning a reasonable amount from their service to the industry. Yeah.
The HTA, they did a survey, their own survey.
Because other markets, some are expanding, others closed. What happened is that at the time this was built, really what you had
direct business.
was direct business from hotels nearby.
Right.
As time has progressed, what has happened is that the cruise passengers are the real customers. So now you find when when one of the big ships land with 4,000 or 5,000 people coming off, people get the advantage. What has happened in Ocho Rios now is that I would say that the cruise business has dropped maybe 60%. With the moving of the ships, most of the ships have gone, or a number of them have gone to farmers. And those that are here, like today, I understand the ship that was coming in, the weather is rough.
They didn't
come. And so it has, we have had for the last, it's happened 10 months ago in February, because other markets, some are expanding, others closed. What happened is that at the time this was built, really what you had
direct business.
was direct business from hotels nearby.
Right.
As time has progressed, what has happened is that the cruise passengers are the real customers. So now you find when one of the big ships land with 4,000 or 5,000 people coming off, people get the advantage. What has happened in Ocho Rios now is that I would say that the cruise business has dropped maybe 60%.
Of the larger craft markets aside from Dunn's River. And I think one of the common thread that you're going to hear is the lack of business coming into these markets despite the influx of tourists, whether through the cruise or
certainly
through the...
at Dunn's River. That was a big. They articulated that very passionately to us.
You're going to hear that across the board of all the others, which I suspect, I don't, come with my nail, or I don't know that the cruise pier, the lack of it, the absence would have been,
the only reason.
Even the most significant reason.
But it has probably exacerbated it.
Right.
Yes, definitely made it worse. And it's something that I had spoken to Professor Livingston. It's something I've said to him that has to be a discussion with the leader of the opposition as we intend to have to manage the problems.
Of the larger craft markets. The problems are long term, and we need long term solution. We can't offer a band-aid solution. I think, over the years, that's basically what has been presented.
At the craft market that we visited first, which was Dunn's River Falls, there was an infrastructure issue there that was raised by some of the vendors, where there's some drainage problem where the drain is basically fully blocked, so they flood out when there's rain. So I think UDC need to have a look at that.
Well, my thoughts are always a concern on the tongues of, many residents. I'm also concerned because I use several markets in St. Anne, and there have been concerns about the drainage for infrastructure. Now, recently, we have the minister visited, and the situation remains the same. I've revisited the markets, and there's no solution. Any comment on that?
Well, I have visited the Ocho Rios market myself, and it's a muddy, dirty kind of environment, which is not really.
The problems are long term, and we need long term solution. We can't.
40 in the cabinet that before we passed up a craft, the Development Council, a policy document on craft industry, which was approved by the National Council. And in it, we started what was going to the craft council, which started meeting in 2014. And that craft council included the presidents of all the craft markets. It included Edna Manley School, included the Shipping Association. All these things were on it. And what happened is that in the first year, we put $80 million into the craft council, because what we believe is that it's always good to help people develop an industry, but when it's going to work is when they develop it for themselves. So we put an industry in place that they would have funding, they could develop a plan, and we were going to fix the infrastructure 40 in the.
All right, lockdown. Look at that, man. Wow, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, Miss Sack. I find it hilarious because It's always two women hugging up Marky G at one time. A good thing say Mark Golding wife not too not too jealous. Mighty God. Oh, so we'll go back to that.
Fresh and look good, Marky G. Marky G to the flipping line. You look good, Marky G.
Yo, Jamaicans are the best.
As you can see, we don't get much business. This is our challenge. Business. Yeah. It's not that we have reached out, done a little marketing, reach out to persons, send letters to the hotels, and try to engage them into sending. We get our guests from sandals, second hand. When you say second hand, what do you mean? They have to go somewhere else before they come here. Oh. And that's, you know.
Oh, you mean, they send them somewhere else first?
Yes.
Depends on the tour.
Yes, they have what they call a shopping tour that comes out like once per week.
And you're at the end of the tour.
Yes. But that's what we've been sort of hanging on to that for the longest while, and we appreciate it. It's, you know, but it's better than nothing.
Yo, you see all the people yo, Jamaican people are really hard for please, you know. Jamaican people are really hard for please because them so independent and them take a little to make a lot. You can imagine if we had a government that actually aided these people to maximize that talent. Can you imagine how advanced Jamaica would be, how wealthy its citizens would be if they just gave them the opportunity, gave them the proper, you know, the education in harnessing, you know, like what Singapore does. My goodness, man. Boy, I'm trying to...
How many shops do you have in here?
Alright, in here we have 160 shops.
Wow.
And we have almost 200 traders.
160 shops, 200 traders. Wow. All the shops are open?
Because persons just can't take it anymore and then want to get a job here and there. The rent is climbing, but then persons just are not patient anymore to stay. So then it's operated by
and so when tourist season is in its height, most of the business
yes, they have what they call a shopping tour. The market is about 30 years old.
And you've been here?
And I've been here for the last 23 years. 23 years. My mom was in it and I took it up. It's a beautiful
indigenous vendors.
Yeah, craft is a beautiful word. Tourism is a beautiful job. It's something that I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change it for no job else. Just to work for me. To get more out of it. My daughter says it's not a job, mommy, it's a hobby. My daughter says it's not a job, it's a hobby. But for me, it's my love. It's my love. So we just
you have to get taken care of because the reality is if you can't get business,
it don't make any sense.
and your mother was in that before.
My mother was in it. My mother ever since.
So it's a generational thing.
Yes. Craft is a generational thing.
What is your daughter doing now?
My daughter is in the tech.
Well, it's because of your hard work.
Market is about 30 years old.
And you
the whole matter of transitioning from, you say, your mother to...
Her daughter is in UTech doing law. she had to be able to afford that. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. If we give these people the government, man, I wish I could talking my TV sometimes seems to be, to some people, a bit extreme. But sometimes you wish you could reach out and touch some of these politicians. Because it's like, and when I say reach out and touch, me I talk about them need a ass whoop. I mean a literal belting. Like when your parents used to belt you. Yeah, man. Some of the government officials need a literal belting. Yeah. For them to understand the common man struggle, because I don't think they do. And some of them, I don't think they even care. They have quote unquote reached. They're at a stage and a pinnacle. They might get 200 to 300% on their money. So yeah. That's how they move. That's how they operate. Them forget where them a come from type of vibe. You know what I mean?
To your daughter,
Yes.
there's an issue with
yes.
that is concerned. You want to speak a little bit to that?
Well, we were having a problem with the lease agreement we had with UDC. They said that, well, I understand it that you don't own the property. The business is what you own. So they're saying that you cannot transfer it. But when they do say that, we still get transfers. But I mean, I think they're tightening up a little.
So there's a time when you could transfer normally.
And there are times when they don't.
Yeah. So is it because whether you owe some arrears or anything like that?
I don't think it has to do with the arrears, because if you're going to transfer a shop, you wouldn't be able to hold anything on it.
Yes.
Because I have some in the back burner.
That contract issue that
it's
was
not
a
being
problem.
dealt with as yet.
Okay.
What
does that mean? Is that positive or negative?
It's negative, because we want to move forward. We want to know where we stand.
Yeah.
We want to know where we stand.
So what's their argument? That they don't want people to pass it on to their...
Yes, that's in the contract. That's cannot.
They will matter of...
Wow, so you telling me that oh my God, the UDC. So you're telling me that they are literally sabotaging these people by not enabling them to pass on their wealth to the next generation.
What can go so? What can go so?
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
Is it too late to say allegedly? Allegedly. Took that one from Isaac.
Transitioning from, you say, your mother to your daughter.
Yes.
There's an issue with
yes.
that is concerned. You want to speak a little bit to that?
Well, we were having a problem with the lease agreement we had with UDC. They said that, well, I understand it that you don't own the property. The business is what you own. So they're saying that you cannot transfer it. But when they do say that, we still get transfers. But I mean, I think they're tightening up a little.
So there's a time when you could transfer normally.
And there are times when they don't.
Yeah. So is it because whether you owe some arrears or anything like that?
I don't think it has to do with the arrears, because if you're going to transfer a shop, you wouldn't be able to hold anything on it.
Yes.
Because I have some in the back burner.
That contract issue that
it's
was
not
a problem.
being dealt with as yet.
Okay. What does that mean? Is that positive or negative?
It's negative, because we want to move forward. We want to know where we stand.
Yeah.
We want to know where we stand.
So what's their argument? That they don't want people to pass it on to their...
Yes, that's in the contract. That's cannot.
It's in the contract that you cannot pass it on to your kids. Yo, who runs the UDC? Who runs the UDC? Wow, man. This is... Oh, my goodness. No, you see, at the music, no, that me can't deal with the music at all.
Yes.
Yo, the man come with Yo, the man come with him wrap up orange head like a man. Hey. Oh, mighty God of Daniel. Hey, Jamaica keep it up.
We need you, sir. More than ever. More than ever. We need them more than ever, boss. Come in, boss.
But somebody correct me if me wrong. That area Sentan. No Shiny Robinson used to run that area. So it come like, oh God, don't the poor lady in that white. She I get drape up at you.
I love you. Peace and love. Bye. 200 and it's almost 300.
All right, so this is the lady that I played earlier, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Where cuss out Andrew Holness. Says she independent and she don't want a handout. And she made it clear that she's not a PMP or a JLP, she's an independent. So she's the type of mind like me where she's deciphering from both entities, you know. Oh, and you don't always get it right. It is what it is. Because Andrew Holness trick the people, them. And she admits that she trick him, trick her. Among many other Jamaicans. Him trick them. And she but this is her. Let's hear.
Vendors and all.
Wow.
Yes.
Big.
Yes.
Very big.
Very
This is the largest one in
This
Ocho.
is the largest one in Ocho. So that's 150 plus 200. Yeah. 350 plus the Duns River one.
The Ocho is up.
With,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yes.
And what is the situation that you're faced with?
The situation, firstly, is a part of transfer of shops.
Okay.
So before me I go make this play over back in, but me have to make that point here. Because excuse me. The amount of people that have a craft shop in this area, when they add up all of them, it's almost 1,000, you know. When me I get for here, because this one at 350, the one up so our 50, that are 400, the one at Coconut Grove at 200 and add so that are 600. And I believe there's another one right at Pineapple there, so we probably account for our next 200 again, or 150. Yeah, in a ballpark of 800, 900. Yeah, it's in the ballpark of 800, 900. So you're talking about almost 1,000 households that are directly affected by whether or not these people are prospering or not. And this is a JLP area, you know.
There has been some policy that has been changed. In 2019, they said that in 2019 they had stopped the position of transfer of shops, where shops could be brought down from my mom to myself or anybody in the family. And we want it to come back. We don't know why they had stopped it, but we need it to come back because it's preventing myself. As an example, from eating, I can't have the JTV license to have money. 200.
Now, this is a very significant issue that this lady is raising, and she's speaking on behalf of all of the craft vendors. Why in 2019, and this is significant, this is 2 years into the JLP. Oh, Lord have mercy on our souls.
Mighty
Help, we need your divine
intervention. We're tired of the labor right. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more. We need this. We need this. We need it. Help. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator.
Yeah, man. I mean, John, let me play it. Let me just play it because
200 and it's almost 300 vendors and all.
Wow.
Yes.
Big.
Yes,
Very
it's
big.
very
This is
big.
the largest one in
It's
Ocho.
the largest one in Ocho.
So that's 150 plus 200. It's 350 plus the Duns River one.
Which was what?
With,
40,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And what is the situation that you're faced with?
The situation, firstly, is a part of transfer of shops.
Okay.
There has been some policy that has been changed. In 2019, they said that in 2019 they had stopped the position of transfer of shops, where shops could be brought down from my mom to myself or anybody in the family. And we wanted to come back. We don't know why they had stopped it, but we need to come back because it's preventing myself as an example from eating. I can't have the JTB license, so have proof of money. 200 and it's almost 300 vendors and all.
Do craft vendors from this market have a chance to sell on the pier? It's a rotation system.
Yes, it's a rotation system.
But you have no buses really that you are responsible for bringing
nothing at all.
tourists to come here.
Nothing at all. I also want to point out. I want to point out what is endangering our Jamaican culture and tourism manufacturing. The free trade and the importation. I'm not saying we're not welcome to ideas and stuff, but you have to lower it a little bit so you can improve and let generational persons want to make craft, make Bob Marley shirts, make carvings that produce your country. When a guest come, they ask for these things.
Yes.
It's dying out. It's dying out. I don't know if
a lot of the items
that
sold in the craft markets now are not made in Jamaica at all.
Well, most 90% of the items, I can say 90 to 80% of those items that are made here.
Made here. Do craft vendors from this market have a chance to sell on the pier? It's a rotation system.
Yes, it's a rotation system.
But you have no buses really that you are responsible for bringing
nothing at all.
tourists to come here.
Nothing at all. I also want to point out. I want to point out what is endangering our Jamaican culture and tourism manufacturing. The free trade and the importation. I'm not saying we're not welcome to ideas and stuff, but you have to lower it a little bit so you can improve and let generational persons want to make craft, make Bob Marley shirts, make carvings that produce your country. When a guest come, they ask for these things. It's dying out. It's dying out. I don't know if
So what she's saying is that, basically they're not the way they're setting things up, it's not encouraging young people to go into craft. I wonder why. I wonder why they would want to discourage the people. Scott Wagwan. Man, respect. I wonder why they want to discourage the people from actually going into more independent things. Is it that they want us to be more dependent? Something to think about. Something to think about. Ah, Lord, help us.
The tourist comes here for us, the people, the sand, the beaches, but the people. Because when they can come and sit down and drink a red strap, I remember in the old days, my mom, we have an almond tree like this, and the guests would just sit down for the day, and he have him wife shopping the whole block, and he just talking about all he does, and he's just so relaxed. Don't worry about anything about the bills or anything, and he gets up the day and he say, "Oh, I'm nice. I love to talk to you. Oh, I have to come back to Jamaica. You guys are so good to me." That's how we sell Jamaica.
Hey, you think it's a joke, Shamek? If you know, you know. If you are in a tourist area or ever been there, that is the culture. And shout out to that PNP representative lady there. I don't remember what she named. She's sweet, you see? She nice looking, me not lie. But I don't know, I stay already. Can't help myself sometimes. I've give ladies them props where they do. But on the matter of the culture of Jamaica with tourism, you know, the corporate entities have hijacked tourism, in my opinion. You know. Bob Marley at the starter, you know, apart from Jamaica's natural resources, the sand and everything, you know. Bob Marley iconically at the starter. The Jamaican people are second. Right? These lavish hotels is a distant third as to why the people come to Jamaica. People don't come to Jamaica for stay in one hotel. They come to Jamaica for they want to feel the culture of Jamaica. And the best way to do that is to interact with the people of Jamaica. That is what tourism was but you see, when money is involved, you know, here comes the corporate devils. And their aim is to make sure that as much of that money is in their pockets and as less of it, or maybe none at all, is in the common man's. And this is where a government is necessary because they have to protect the people. As an example, I will pull to Antigua and Barbuda. Look at what they're doing with sandals. Basically, them telling them, if you don't want to pay no tax, get the hell out. If you don't go to pay with people them good money, get the hell out. That is what the government is telling them. But in Jamaica, it's free enterprise for corporations, especially under this government that we have right now, to be here exploiting the Jamaican people. And them can't say a lie, me I tell. The evidence is there. You see the hotel workers coming out protesting. The craft vendors, them are get mad. They keep boasting about this golden egg when nobody in the country as Jamaicans, maybe apart from the Juta man, them, because some of them are suffer too. Because them come out and a protest. If you hear some story about some Juta driver, it not pretty. It don't pretty. And it's so funny. You have individuals that them a Juta driver and them still stand in the jail no matter what. Maybe because of personal gain. And then clearly see them a suffer no more than why, I don't know. We need to get back to what a lady I talk about still. Alright, let's say about game.
Charlene, three things. What would be three things that need to be addressed? Urgent.
Urgent.
Three things.
The transfer of shops, the infrastructure,
yes,
and
the market,
and the marketing.
Yeah.
That lady is not a dummy. She want them to get back their ability to transfer them wealth to them pitney, which is the same business. Build up the place. You know, the craft market, the area. You need clean up, you need construction. And marketing. So as to bring in more business. Come on, man.
Tourist marketing, getting back tourists.
Yes.
Because it can't make sense you give us something as a short term. It cannot be short term. Give us the business back. And then now we can survive by ourselves. That's all we need.
Get business back in the market.
Business in the tourists come.
You know what the lady say? Them can survive by themselves.
Knowledge, the know-how.
Because them have the ability. This is what they've been doing. They're experts. Right? In interacting with guests. Right? You get what I'm saying? Man, yo, freedom for the people, man.
Are developed by one generation and then are taken over by the next.
Yes.
And so the structures in the economy and the owners of it and the government that play that role, that should all be part of how it's perceived.
Right.
And they shouldn't be seeking to put fetters on it, unnecessary fetters on the passing of businesses from generation to generation, because that's how you build an industry after all, because the knowledge is there in the family.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to know what's the. We were saying landlord and tenant. That was the contract that was originally. I know things has to change, but they came up with this licenser and licensee. I don't know if it's because of modern time. The point is that why change something to make matters worse when it's not working? It's not working.
All right. The difference is essentially one of the level of legal rights that you have.
Yes.
So under a landlord and tenant situation, the tenant has an interest in land, and knows a third party, for example, knowledge, the know-how are developed by one.
Why are we transferred into an area where we are not really industry? Where we're not really seen enough. Tourism is craft. I'm confused why we were shapeshift to that area where we're supposed to be in the tourism ministry, where we can get the benefit and people can see us. Why were we shapeshifting in that industry?
Can I quickly say her concern is significant because the craft sector is in commerce and not tourism. When the Minister of Tourism goes overseas to represent tourism in Jamaica, craft is not a part of it, or it becomes second place.
And you can imagine that
it is in tourism
and in industry,
the tourism minister can represent the craft industry as well.
And the minister responsible for the industry, craft would no doubt be very, very low on the because it's not even something that traditionally was part of that industry and probably isn't even front and center in his mind. So it's an odd policy choice. It wasn't something that we would have done. We saw tourism.
Very interesting. So basically they have omitted and they don't really, they're not busy about the craft member them really. Them it's just like them a third, is a third option.
Further thing. In 2001, 2002, the PMP government understood that there were elements of tourism that would benefit. If you put a little money in, everybody would benefit. And so the Tourism Enhancement Fund was set up. Later on, it was put in the Consult Fund, but with the understanding that these funds would be accessible to tourism. And one of the main reasons is you cannot have a craft market like this in this condition. And it is in deplorable condition. It looks like no money has been spent on this. At least for 9 years. And the fact of the matter is that this is, if you are not able to access funds to deal with some of the small business, you're going to take the small businesses out of it.
More and more out of it.
And then the average Jamaican will not see the benefit.
And that is what they want to do, is to kick out the small businesses. They wouldn't mind. You see, this is what I see. There's entities out there that don't like independent people. They don't. They don't want to encourage independence. They want to encourage dependence. And you would ask, but Bolo, why would they want to do that? Do you realize the history of Jamaica? What are we coming from? Slave masters and slaves. And, of course, rebels. People that rebel. What do you think is happening in Haiti? Those are rebels. Do you know that Jamaica is heading in the same direction as Haiti? In the exact same direction. Andrew Holness is this close to having people blood boiled to the point where we have just madness and chaos in Jamaica. He's this close. This and how I know is me reacting on here, even in my last video that I did late yesterday evening, right? I'm telling you, my blood pressure went up doing that reaction. Just hearing the lies coming out of this man's mouth. My blood pressure went all the way up. So this is we're in a very, very delicate climate. And I would say this to my Jamaican people that listen. Please don't allow this government to enact a dangerous emotional response from you based off the stuff that they're doing. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. There's many different situations that is happening that could cause a civil war. And Warmington statements, Desmond McKenzie statements, Darrell Voss statements and gesture does not help the situation. And the silence from Andrew Holness in not publicly coming out and denouncing those statements and those gestures does not help. It does not help to discourage the behavior that those actions might be a catalyst of. So we're living in a very brittle period right now. Praying and fasting is definitely encouraged. Praying, if you can't fast, pray. Because God's guidance is God's hand on this situation is what we need. Seriously, it's what we need.
Right, that's right. That's right.
Further thing.
Yeah.
In 2001, 2002, the PNP government understood that there were elements of tourism that would benefit. If you put a little money in, everybody would benefit. And so the Tourism Enhancement Fund was set up. Later on, it was put in the Consult Fund, but with the...
So, outside of the Road Maintenance Fund, the Tourism Consolidated, the Tourism Development Fund, I think that's what he said, was also put in that same consolidated fund. So the JLP just tear down everything where PNP doing in 2002, 2003 and put in one place. And then all of these areas that those monies were directly there to fix started to deteriorate. Was this done on purpose? Is my question. Was this done on purpose? Wow. Let's go.
Fear darkness. Father, fear darkness.
Look at this. I want full tour. Marky G go on it now. Marky G did it from in the early night day. And now at night, I'm looking at Craft Market. Darkness.
Fear that. Yeah. All right.
What's going on with us?
Thank you.
But many of these people, they wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah. How can you have a market that's in darkness in a tourist town? Like tourism ends at 6:30 or something.
The problem, bumpy.
Wow, what a question. That's a very good question, Marky G. How can you have a market without light, a craft market in a tourist town? Like tourism ends at 6:30. One thing me have to say now.
Help. We
need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more. We need this. We need it. Help. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator.
Yeah.
It's not safe.
It's not safe. Darkness.
Jeremiah 29 verse 11. God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." That is a scripture that I hold dear to my heart, because God is not a man that he should lie. So if he says he has a plan for me, he does. If he says he has plans to prosper me, he does. I have that much confidence in him to know if he said it, that's just what it is.
Yeah, people. I gotta lead, you know. Gotta lead. Let's put God first, yeah, man. The next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Craft Market Tour. You know, Ocho. Yeah, that is it. A lot of issues was raised. The three things them, what the crafter them want. They need them assets to be passed down to them kids. They need proper infrastructure and they need marketing. Mark Golding and his team is now full aware that that's what they need. So they can do them proper planning to see how best to facilitate that real issue that they're having. All right. Let's get to, remember, for like, share, and subscribe, follow me on all platforms.